Mothers, fathers, I come before you today as my fellow American heroes, Martin Luther King and Barack Obama, with courage, honor, and respect. I'm protesting my adulthood. I ask that you would grant me these 3 wishes of a later curfew. You'd let me go out of the house, and lastly, to take full responsibility for my actions. A very intelligent man once said that a government is best that governs least. That man's name was David Thoreau. I believe at my age, this is a great way for our parents to look at our lives. To start this off, I would like to start with the issue of having a later curfew. When a parent says to come home at 8 p.m., I feel like I'm 10 years old again, and I'm being treated with nothing but disrespect. I think on a weeknight, 10 p.m. would be more reasonable. Maybe 11:30 on the weekends. I would like to be treated like a young man now. I have good grades. I put God first. Secondly, family, friends, and myself. I play football and I'm a very committed athlete, student, and friend. But we could get real. You could say, well, this boy or this girl has better grades than you do. But also, legally, I could say that I'm allowed to be on the streets at 10 p.m. alone as a minor. Or that I'm allowed to drive until 11:30 p.m. at night, any night of the week. So my point here is to let me grow up and stop holding me back. If the government thinks that I could join the military or buy cigarettes or even be out of the house at that time of hour, so be it. Which brings me to my second point. I should be completely responsible for my actions. Why should parents of a young man with a car and a job have to worry about the effect of the young man or woman's decisions? Also, parents, wouldn't you want a child with the attitude of taking full responsibility? When your teen doesn't do his or her chores and you confront them, how many would expect to answer with, "Oh, I'm sorry, Mom, it'll be done right away. I'm sorry, that will not happen again." When most teens who have no privileges would answer with an, "All right, geez, why do I have to do everything?" So let me ask you this. When you're at home with nothing to do, where's the first place you would go? That's right. If you said the TV or to the video game station, you're 100% correct. But if you said to read, then you're blind and a liar. Nobody likes being cooped up in their house all day. Studies showed that teens from 8 to 18 should only play games or watch TV from about a half hour a day. Although an article I found on MichiganUniversityHealth.com says that 71% of kids from age 8 to 18 have cable in their room and watch up to 26 hours per week. Also, TV will make the younger generation be weaker and out of shape, turning them obese. The same article talks about how 2/3 of people have their TVs going during meals. So when you get home from work or a long day at school and you click on the TV, you suddenly feel the urge to eat, even though you might have just finished lunch. Some people don't even notice, but they consumed enough calories for their whole day just by watching that novela. Another way to start these bad eating habits is with the loneliness that being home alone brings you. In 2010, 38,364 people committed suicide in America because of loneliness. Suicide has become the 10th top deadly ways to die in the U.S. In that year, every 13.7 minutes, someone died of a loneliness suicide. In an article from Facts and Figures of the AFSP Fund, it says that you keep your children pulled close to you and let go, they develop a hate for you and themselves. In the Holy Bible, in Isaiah 53:3, it says, "He is despised and rejected by men, a man of sorrows and acquainted with grief. And we hid as if we were our faces from him. He was despised and we did not esteem him." This is telling us that Jesus was neglected and lonely, but he could still fight through it. So to sum this whole thing up, please hear me out one last time. All I want is a later curfew, more privileges, and want to be treated like a respectful young man. Also, thank you to all my fellow Americans who supported me, and thank you to our American heroes Martin Luther King, Barack Obama, and David Thoreau.